tell me a little bit about what you're thinking about this program today. I haven't really given you much information other than it's a self-defense class.
Right.
What's kind of going through your mind? Have you ever taken a class before?
I never have. I've always thought about it. I had two situations that were near escapes, so to speak, and I always thought this is something I should do, but then I never, you know how you get busy with life in general, and then you never do.
Okay. Tell me, can you share a little bit of those situations where, you don't have to go in great detail, but
Sure.
just, kind of give me where it made you start thinking maybe I should take a class?
Right. One, I was entering my apartment. I was single, and I had my arms full of stuff, but my mom always said, lock the door the minute you walk in. And I locked the door, went over, set my stuff down, and I looked back, and the handle was going up and down. And so that was near miss number one. Near miss number two was I was a mother of three at that time, 3 or 4, I can't remember, and I ran out of gas. And it was dark, I remember, and so I started walking, and then someone turned around and started literally chasing me with this truck, and it was right by Old Navy, which, it's an area that it's heavily populated, and you wouldn't feel like you were in jeopardy there, but I did.
Now, in those situations, you obviously became scared. Things were running through your mind. What made you think you should take a class like this? Why do you think that would benefit you?
Because I think I wouldn't know what to do, and I'm afraid I might freeze.
Okay. Now.
And I'm pretty trusting, so.
Okay, so tell me, when you think of a self-defense class, what do you think when you think about a self-defense class? What do you think you might learn? When someone says self-defense class, what are some of the things that come to mind?
Just something maybe that an ordinary person could do, that you wouldn't have to necessarily be talented, that everybody could use.
Why do you think it's important to take one? Are you talking about safety, life skills, protection?
All of that.
What are some of the things that you think of, though?
Just how to defend myself and protect myself so that I can get away.
Okay, so now you don't know much about this class, but going into it, what are you hoping to take away today? And maybe you don't even know what you're going to take away today.
Gosh, I don't know, just what to do in those first seconds that could maybe save my life.
Okay, and the other thing I want to know, one of the reasons I interviewed you is because you are a mom, you are a grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it's so important as a mother that, you be on your toes? You talked about being stranded with your kids. You're not only talking about maybe protecting yourself but your family. Why do you think it's important that moms maybe take a class like this? Women.
You have to protect yourself and your kids, because you're always running around, with your kids, and they can't help themselves. So really, it's up to you to be able to protect you and the kids.
Okay.
It's a survival.
Now that we've taken the class,
Yeah.
Before I asked you if you've ever taken a class before, what did you expect from maybe what you were hoping to get out of today? What did you think of the class?
It was awesome. It was knowledgeable, and knowledge is power, so I feel incredible.
Now, when you took this class, what kind of stuck out to you that maybe you thought, this class is different? Or, you've never taken a different class before, but what really stuck out to you?
Well, there were so many things I learned, but they were simple things. Just learning the deception thing and learning the different moves and how that leaves them vulnerable.
Kind of talk to me a little bit about the deception thing, kind of go into detail. What was he telling you about deception? Usually people, they talk about fighting, but what's deception? You're
Right.
almost kind of giving in, but not.
He was just telling us to go along with it and act as if you're giving in to him, which what that does is it lets their guard down, and then you go in and you attack. And another thing that I learned that was really neat is he talked about how men are more powerful than we are, but we are more intellectual. We can think on different levels. And so that was really neat, how we can act one way, but our motive is a different way. And he told us how men they'll only know whatever they're seeing. So if we're acting like we're playing along with it, they'll think we really are, when we're really getting a game plan together.
Now, about this class, do you think this is something what you learned? Do you think if you're in a situation now, when I talked to the Debbie that I spoke to earlier, in a situation, you don't know if you'd be able to defend yourself. After taking this class, stepping out on the street, if you got attacked tomorrow, a month down the road, do you think you'd be able to retain or use any of this?
Absolutely, I know I would. And the thing I really liked about this is it wasn't just a classroom setting where we learned it. We actually role played it. Because you know how when you hear something, you're like, yeah, I could do that. But then you were taught how to fall properly, how to kick, and it makes you stop and think how to do it when you actually have to role play.
Now, one of the things he talked about is he wants to make this a reality. Do you think that he kind of created that scenario? You're in it, the way he talked, said things to us.
He really did. Like when they did the hair grab, I thought he was going to do it real gingerly with me. And it really hurts. And, he was using a lot of verbal language that went along with a true assault. And I liked that.
Do you think that this class is something that, now before I asked you, do you think all women should take this? Looking at it now, do you think this is a class that women definitely should take?
Absolutely, 100%. And that's why I said at the end of the class, I asked him, is this something we can take in Terre Haute? Because I feel like every woman needs it. Because you're a victim whether you're 3 or whether you're 90, you're a victim.